I'm here talking with Emily about her experiences at the school board meeting last night. I want to find out a little bit more about her reactions to what went on. Emily, you did a really great job at the school board meeting last night. I was particularly impressed by the articulate way that you could talk about what you've learned over the school year.
Thanks. What's most exciting for me is that last year I could have never done it.
What's changed from last year?
Well, I guess I'm more confident. I know what happened to me last year in English class. I just wanted to tell them my story.
You became a confident writer.
Yeah, but that's not what I mean. Last night at that board meeting, I was more than a good writer. I felt good talking about my writing and how I improved. It's like I understand what had happened to me and I have a way to describe it.
Let's talk about Emily, the confident writer. What were you thinking about when the school board was looking at your work last night, especially the first writing that wasn't very strong? Were you still confident?
Mom helped. She squeezed my hand, and I remember she whispered in my ear, "You show 'em." That helped me handle it. It's funny, I was listening to their comments to see if they knew anything about good writing. I wonder if they understood as much about it as I do. Like, maybe they need to take Ms.W's class.
So, how did they do?
Pretty well, actually. They found some problems in my early work and described them pretty well. When I first started last fall, I wouldn't have been able to do that. I was a terrible writer.
Em, how do you know that?
I understood where I was then, how little I could do, no organization. I didn't even know my own voice. No one ever had taken the time to show me the secrets. I never learned to analyze my writing. I wouldn't have known what to look for or how to describe it or how to change it. That's part of what Ms.W taught us.
How did your teacher do that?
To begin with, she taught us how to do what the board members did last night. Analyze other people's writing. We looked at the newspaper editorials, passages from books we were reading, letters friends had sent us. She wanted to see what made those pieces work or not work. We read a piece together and then brainstorm what made it good or bad. Pretty soon, we began to see patterns. Things that worked or things that didn't work.
Like what?
Well, in my early piece, there are no grammar or spelling mistakes, so it's correct in that sense. But this short, choppy sentence just doesn't work. It doesn't say anything or go anywhere. It's just a bunch of disconnected thoughts. It doesn't grab you and hold your attention. Then it just stops. In my second piece, I try to tell about the feelings of frustration that happens when humans use machines. See, I think the voice in this piece comes from the feelings that we've all been there. Everyone who works with computers has this experience. A tiny writer's problem, not being able to find a good ending, turns into a major problem, losing the whole document. This idea makes the piece clear and organized. I think the reader can picture this poor, frustrated writer at her computer trying to communicate in a human way, but finding that the computer is just as frustrated with her.
You sound just like you did at the school board meeting last night.
I'm always like this now about my writing. I know what works. Synthesis is important. So is voice, so organization, and word choice. All that stuff. If you do it right, it works and you know it.
So tell me, what kinds of things did Mrs. W do in class that worked for you?
Well, like when we first getting started, Miss W gave us a big stack of student papers she collected over the years. Some good, some just bad, and everything in between. Our assignment was to sort them into 4 stacks based on quality, from real good just to real bad. When we were done, we compared who put the papers in which piles, and then we talked about why. Miss W wanted us to describe what we thought were differences across the piles. Over time, we formed those differences into a set of rating scales that we used to evaluate and improve our writing.
Did you evaluate each other's work or just your own?
Only our own to begin with. Miss W said she didn't want anyone being embarrassed. We all had a lot to learn. We were supposed to be private until we began to trust our own judgments. She kept saying, "Trust me, you'll get better at this, and then you can share."
Did you ever move on to evaluating each other's work?
Absolutely. After a while, we began to trust ourselves in each other. Then we were free to ask classmates for opinions. But Miss W said, no blanket judgment. It's like, this is good or bad, and we were always supposed to be honest. If we couldn't see how to help someone improve a piece, we were supposed to say so.
Were you able to see improvement in your writing along the way?
Mrs. W said that was the whole idea. I've still got my writing portfolio full of practice. It starts out pretty bad back in the fall, and slowly gets pretty good towards spring. This is where the 2 pieces from the board read last night. I picked them. I talked about the changes in my writing and self-reflection in here. My portfolio tells the whole story. Want to look through them?
Yeah, I'd really like to see your portfolio. What do you think that Mrs. W did that was right?
Nobody has ever been so clear with me before about what it really took to be good at school stuff. She said, I won't even surprise you. You trust me and I'll show you what I want, and I don't want any excuses. But you've got to deliver good writing in this class. You don't deliver, you don't succeed. Sometimes she even shared something she had written so we could rate and provide her with feedbacks on her work. She listened to our comments and said it really helped her improve her writing. All of a sudden, we became her teachers, and that was the coolest part. She just said she wanted us to write a little better each time. She didn't want us to give up on ourselves. If we kept improving over time, we could learn to write well. I wish every teacher would do that. She would say, there's no shortage of success around here. You learn to write well and you get an A. My goal is to have everyone learn to write well and deserve an A+.
Thanks for filling in the details for us, Emily.
Thanks for having me.